Now, commissioners of finance from the 36 states of the Federation attended the meeting. Now, moving on now, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, has announced plans to review Nigeria's export regulations to drive the nation's non-oil export. The Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer NEPC Olusegun Awolowo said the move was to ensure export regulations in Nigeria are simple, clear, and more importantly, not unreasonably costly to exporters. Awolowo stated this during Nasima Nawok Export Promotion Conference in Lagos. He added that Nigeria has come a long way but still has some work to do, pointing out that exporters are to manage regulations starting with export in Nigeria and ending with import regulations and target markets of its product.
As we as Nigerians more rethink our economic agenda to ensure sustainability for decades to come. To achieve our goal of rapid export diversification, we must emphasize the importance of the themes of this conference. That is effective export chain management and compliance to regulations. Those two factors play an important part in whether we succeed or fail in our export revolution. It is a known fact that Nigeria is blessed with exportable agricultural products, solid minerals, manufacturing products, among others. The NEPC had catalogued at least 10 products from which Nigeria could earn more than what it earns today from crude oil. Efforts are ongoing by the administration of President Buhari to accelerate the pace at which many of these sectors contribute to foreign exchange. To underpin this agenda, we must link up with global supply chains and effect best-in-class export regulations. Regarding export chains development, Nigeria is not an economic island, and we must integrate into the pre-existing international supply chains. This leads to three basic conclusions. First, we must be ready to compete and innovate to get our own share of global trade. This will not come easy, and it must be deliberately and systematically achieved. Secondly, Nigeria needs to create a conducive business environment to attract the ongoing international reallocation of production and processing facilities from richer countries to developing markets. This is already in full force, especially within the Far East Asia countries. Lastly, our country must define and implement a comprehensive framework of trade agreements and fiscal instruments to improve our access to global value chains. These three conclusions are essential to linking Nigerian exports into the global supply chains and are key elements of the current national exporting agenda. On this point, however, before I speak on the importance of regulations, it's important to emphasize the need for exporters within NASIMA to register and work with the NEPC to link up with global supply chains. We have a new website, new improved website designed by UNIDO and a team from a company called Globally Cool in the Netherlands. And I can assure you the website is now Globally Cool. My staff are here and can discuss further after this event. Regarding export regulations, Nigeria has come a long way, but still some work to do. The consideration for exporters are to manage regulations on two levels, starting with export regulations in Nigeria and ending with import regulations in target markets for our products. Regarding Nigeria's export regulations, we're in the process of a comprehensive review of these steps, the cost and the efficacy of the implementation.
He stated the need for Nigeria to create a conducive business environment to attract the ongoing international reallocation of production and processing facilities from richer countries to developing markets. He expressed satisfaction on the collaboration and enthusiasm to make Nigerian product exportable and competitive.
Make something out of the export business. NASIMA has to partner with us. The women have to be involved. So I'm really happy. That's why I came this morning to discuss and talk with them. We took them through all the challenges. We know we have challenges, but we're not going to relent. And government is working hard to remove all the barriers, all the non-tariff barriers that don't augur well for trade and for export.
The national president, Nasima Iyalode Alaba-Lawson, in her remark said there is need to work together to develop a robust non-oil export trade.
CEO of Nigerian Export Promotion Council to come and enlighten us. Let's rub minds together and see how can we improve more in forging ahead in exporting Nigerian products, especially even the agricultural products. That is why we have packaged these things together. I think the women have been enlightened, not only even the women, the youth, because the age we are now is the age of youth and women. And so the women have learned a lot that you don't cut corners. Just package everything and start putting it in container to export. No, there are some guidelines that you have to follow. And if you find and make sure these guidelines, you properly follow them, definitely your goods will be part and parcel of those that will be exported officially out of this great country, thereby helping our gross domestic products, that is our GDP, and also our economy will now grow. And we now have a buoyant economy, even when you are talking about foreign exchange.